Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hey everybody, welcome to You as a Whole, Body, Mind, and Soul. I'm Justin MIRIGLIANI, your host, every Monday night at this time, 8 o'clock. And tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about giving. And a lot of times when I'm talking about giving for my personal charity. And it's difficult. It's difficult. And I've talked to a lot of people who are in a position who need to ask for money for certain things, because we all struggle with money. I mean, it's not an easy thing. And at times we are dependent on other people helping out. And I guess what I don't understand is why it's so hard, what the difficulty is. And if people want to chime in and ask, and I'm going to talk about three people without using their names, and they're three good people who do a lot for other people. And one is a buddy that I grew up with. He's a little older than me, but we grew up together, and he raises money for the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. In fact, he's a really, really, really good photographer. Someday we'll probably have him on the show. He's been on the show before, but that was a long time ago, so you probably don't remember who he was. But he says half of his proceeds, talk about giving, half of his proceeds go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for cancer. And sometimes friends of his, people who were close to him growing up, people who know him well and know what he's doing and know what he's all about, still don't give anything. I mean, even a donation, even if it was like $5 or to buy a $25 book that he's made or something of that nature. That even that is like pulling teeth. I know it's difficult, and he has trouble doing that. Another friend, her son wants to go away to science camp in Georgia, and it's very, very expensive. It's $5,000, and I wanted to see how people would respond to that. Now, me, I donated a certain amount of money. It doesn't matter how much, but I donated some. Wasn't a tremendous amount, but it was some. And that's the only donation that's in that donation. I kept looking because I wanted to see. I just, out of curiosity, wanted to know, would people continue to donate? Now, granted, people might be donating behind the scenes where it's not on GoFundMe, so that's possible. But on the GoFundMe, there hasn't been any movement in 2 weeks. And I think to myself, gee, how is it possible that people just don't think to give? I mean, what is the mechanism that it takes for people to give? And then I have one more friend. She's running an event for International Women's Day. And I've been trying to help her sell tickets and help her get people to come to the tables and buy a table or donate money. And it's the same thing. It's very difficult. I don't understand why giving is so difficult. I don't get, I mean, I do get financial distress. I do get that some people just don't have money. I do understand that sometimes people just aren't in a financial position to be able to do those things. But most of us have a dollar. Most of us have $5. I'm look struggling through things. I have to put a kid through one child through college, another child coming afterwards, ending in divorce. Um, have my own expenses. Gonna have to get my own apartment, my own health insurance because I'm self-employed. But yet I can always find that $5, that $10, that $20, that $25, or sometimes even more. Another friend of mine, he had cancer about 2 years ago, and he was shocked with the amount that I gave him because he was like, "Wow, you gave a lot." And I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. It's just that I want to give as much as I possibly can. I'm not going to do it to the point where I'm destitute and living on the street, but what is slowing down people giving? What is stopping people from giving to good causes, even if it's just a little bit? Like why would you not buy cookies from the Girl Scouts when you walk by the table? Now, look, if you just bought cookies from the Girl Scouts, you could tell them that. You could say, look, well, I did. Happened to bump into a group earlier. And I get that. You can't give to everyone. I mean, we get that. But I guess I see so many people that just won't support for whatever reason or another, and I just don't know what that is, and I wish I could put my finger on it and figure it out. Why do we have this reluctance to give? Why do we have this reluctance to share what we have, even if it's a little? It doesn't, again, it doesn't have to be huge. If you think about it, this show, almost 2,000 people watch this show a week. 2,000 people a week. Now, if 2,000 people a week donated $1, then that dollar would be $2,000 that I could spread out to other people or to my charity even. And tonight, I'm not even asking for money for my charity. I'm not. I will be later on as we get closer to the event. And my hope is that people will be able to find that. Dr. Jacqueline brings up a good point. She said she heard that some people say that they're not sure exactly where the money goes. I get that. I understand that. And that's a legitimate concern. But at the same time, I give to homeless people. Do I know that they're going to use it for a good use? No, I don't. I don't know, but I give to homeless people, even if I don't really have it. But I do it because I think it's the right thing to do. Joe's got a comment. Joe, welcome to the show. Joe says, "Oh man, where do I start?" I know. I realize I'm totally down with what you're saying. It's frustrating to see people working so hard to try to um, just make somebody else's life better. And Dr. Jacqueline asks, "How do I feel personally when I give money?" Well, I feel good about it. I feel good, and I told this story before, but I want to tell it again. And this will I hope inspire you to do things like this yourself. Uh-oh, I thought we lost power there for a second. My family came up to me, and a family came up to me, and they said, "We're hungry and we don't have any food." And there are four of them. So what was I going to do? Give them $5? So I gave them $20. And I said, "Good luck." Maybe 20 minutes later, if that, another homeless gentleman comes up to me and he says, "Hey, man, I'm really down on my luck." And I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm thinking, "Oh, man, how much money do I have here?" And I decided that I was going to give him money. And he said, "There's a deli around here, and they have really great corned beef, and they pile it real high, and they put a ton of fries on top of it." And he said they know I'm homeless, so they only charge me $5. So I gave him $10. And I said to him, I said, "Yeah, you got lunch and dinner, or dinner tomorrow and tonight, or whatever." And he said, no, what? I'll tell you why. He said, why don't you come with me? Now I have enough for 2 dinners. I'll treat you to dinner. Now think about that. This is a guy who took $10, could have walked away and had 2 meals. And that's all he had was the $10 that I gave him. And yet he was willing to share that $10 with me. So what did that make me do? Well, I tracked him down. I actually literally tracked him down and found out what deli that he went to. I left my credit card information with that deli. And for probably a couple of years, once a week, they would buy him dinner on me. And I found out that it was his birthday coming up later that week. And I said, do me a favor, pay somebody $50 to sit at the table with him, have dinner on his birthday with him, pay for their dinner. And this way, he has somebody to have his birthday with. So why is that difficult? Like, what is, I didn't give away $1 million. I didn't give away money that would change my life. I gave away money that might help somebody else's life. So after a while, excuse me, throat's a little scratchy today. After a while, the gentleman they stopped charging the card. So I don't know, if he's okay or what. He was in Cleveland, so I have no way of knowing. But I still have their phone number, and I probably will reach out one day. I guess I don't want to know if anything happened to him because it would bother me. But um, I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that, and it made me feel good to do it. And I remember when we went to dinner after we were in Cleveland, so we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and this was right outside of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I remember eating dinner and crying because I felt like I let the guy down because I didn't have, take him up on his offer to eat with him. And I just was imagining him eating alone. And I remember crying and not being able to stop. And it took me like 20 minutes to compose myself. I went to the bathroom and just kind of caught my breath. But um, it was just a feeling of I got to do something for this guy. And so I'm gonna test something out tonight. I'm gonna try something, and I don't know if you trust me or not. I mean, why should you? You don't know me. Most of you don't know me, but my Venmo is at Justin Mirigliani. That's it. It's JUSTIN MIRIGLIANI. I'll put it in the chat. So here's my Venmo account. Justin Mirigliani. I'm looking at it just to make sure I don't screw anything up. All right. So let me just make sure I put the at in there in case people need that. So I'm trying an experiment tonight. Here's what I want you to do. If you have $2, if you have $5, I have my Venmo open right now. I don't know how well you can see this. It looks like it's tough to see on the screen. But I have my Venmo open right now. I want you to do me a favor. If you're watching the show, I want you to Venmo me some amount of money. I don't care how much it is. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $2. I don't care if it's $100. I don't care if it's $20. It doesn't matter to me at all. But what I want you to do is Venmo me whatever you can and put in there which of the 3 people that I talked about that you want me to donate that money to. Do you want me to donate that money to the guy who gives to the cancer hospital, St. Jude's? Because I'll do that if that's what you put in the message. Do you want me to donate to the person who is trying to send her child to a camp? Put that in the memo and I'll send it to her. Or do you want to send it to the woman who's doing the International Women's Day who needs money to raise for good causes for women? If you can, Venmo me that money and put that into the chat and tell me, and I will Venmo all of those people. I will get that money to all of those people. Those are the 3 people. Now, look, you can either trust me or you can't. I mean, that's your decision. If you've been with me long enough, you know I'm trustworthy enough to do it. And Dr. Jacqueline comes through again. She just Venmoed me some money and told me, what she wants that to go to. And I really appreciate that. I really, really do appreciate that. And I hope other people listening will do the same thing. I have another friend who's also giving, Rachel, who calls almost every week or chats in every week. She's got so many great memorabilia, and she's got some hockey memorabilia, and she wants to donate it to my charity so we could auction it off. One of them's a Mark Recchi hockey stick, and part of me doesn't want her to give that up. I mean, that's something that she really loves and something that she cherishes, and I would want her to have that. And um, but I'm accepting that, and I want I want to accept her reaching out, because that's part of giving too, is being willing to understand and take as well, to be able to accept gifts. So let me see. Dr. Jacqueline said check again. Let's see. Wow, Dr. Jacqueline again with a gift for the women's event. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Dr. Jacqueline. And that's the type of person Dr. Jacqueline is. That's the type of person I am. And that's the type of person that I would hope everybody would be. I have 3,000 people on my weather page. Um, and I'm well, actually 3,500. And I'm excited about that. That's a neat thing. That's pretty cool. But man, just to get people to know, or just get people to give up a little bit of money for something if I ask for the charity, it's almost non-existent except for one person. Well, actually a few. I shouldn't say one person. There have been a few. Out of 3.5 thousand, there have been maybe 4 or 5, but one person actually wrote me a check for $2,000. And I thought that was incredible. I thought that was incredible. I never expected anything like that in my life. And one of the donations is going to Joe's group for his photography for um, the kids at Children's St. Jude's Children's Hospital, Cancer Hospital. So that's where those are going to be going. So the International Women's Event and Joe's photography as well. So and again, Dr. Jacqueline that's the type of person she is. She's a giving person. Now, again, I get it that we can't all give to everything. It's impossible. We don't have unlimited funds. I guess I don't understand, if you have the means, why you don't just do it. If I had Elon Musk money, if I was a billionaire, I would be giving money away. I mean, there would not be one friend or even really an acquaintance that would have to pay for their kids' college, or that would have to pay for um, their mortgage. I would take care of all of that. Tips. I would be giving out $10,000 in tips a night, just for dinner. We have a little shadow behind us, so I'm trying to get rid of that. Um, but the main point is, what is the difficulty? Why, if you have the means, why not use it? If you have $100 billion, you could give away 99 billion and still be a billionaire. Now, why wouldn't you give away 99 billion? You'd still be a billionaire. What is it worth to you? I mean, what can you afford with 100 billion that you can't with 1 billion? And what are you going to buy? What does 2 billion get you? What does 3 billion get you? What more do you get? I mean, there's nothing on earth that's expensive enough that you would need that money. And people say, well, it's about business. It's about no, it's about life. It's not about business. It's not bad business. Bad business is if you give away money that you don't have and you become destitute, or you go out of business, or um, you just don't have it. You are unable to give. But I mean, my grandmother grew up. Well, not grew up, but when she was 37, lost my grandfather, and she was on assistance. and still gave. I mean, people would come to the house, she'd feed people. On the meager amount that she had, she still gave from what she didn't really have. Where is that? Why is that so hard? Where? How come the call to action isn't there? We have a comment. Let's check and see what the comment is. Oh, Joseph, thank you so much. Absolutely, Joe. I will definitely get that money to you. Craig says you're speaking about a moral compass. It's not about difficulty, but rather about what you value. It's a shame, but some people are just like that. Yeah, Craig, I know, I agree with you, and I wish that more people would think about your words, um, and find the value in it. Find the value in giving. I mean, that's what we're here for. I mean, that's. I'm not saying dip into your kids' college fund. I'm not saying that I'm not going to put my kids through school, but can I cough up $5 or can I cough up $25 for somebody? Another one was at the gym. I was at the gym a couple of weeks ago, and they were doing this thing for kids that needed backpacks, and they asked for $20 a donation. I just gave them $20. I mean, it's yeah. Do I have a ton of money right now? No, I don't. I don't. I'm not rolling around the money right now, but I had $20 to give because it's not going to change my life. It might change somebody else's life, though. Looks like we have two comments from Rachel. So, Rachel, let's hear it. Antoinette. Hi, Antoinette. I forgot to mention you last week, but Antoinette asked to donate money to St. Jude, SPCA, or Wildlife Rescue in lieu of presents for her birthday. Oh, my goodness. I think she's 9. She has too many toys and clothes. So, Antoinette, you are a sweet kid that I really hope that you carry that the rest of your life. That you really carry that the rest of your life. And if it's okay, I'll do the St. Jude one for Joe. I'll do that. And Rachel also says when I was in Chile with an ex and witnessed poor people giving homeless people bread from their table, it was humbling. Yeah, I mean it is. You're giving them food. You're giving them life. You're giving them things that are going to help sustain them. And Craig says, I know that if more people were like you, then more good things would happen. Love that won't change my life, but it might change others. So true. Yeah, Craig. I mean, I appreciate that. It's kind of you to say, but it really is not trite. It is true. It is. You're not changing your life in any way. You're just helping somebody else out. Just think if everybody on my weather page were to donate $2 at 3,500 people. $2. Right now we're talking about $7,000. Yeah, that put that kid in camp. He needs 5,000 to get to camp. Or this person is doing the International Women's Day. A couple thousand would do her wonders for the people that she's helping out. It'd be great. Or Joe in his children's hospital, St. Jude. My family gives to St. Jude all the time, and that's an important hospital that saves kids from cancer. And what there's not a whole lot more important than that. But I'll be asking for money again later for my charity, and people who know me and know what I've been through, um, still sometimes don't even bother to come to the games or don't bother to donate. And I'm not angry about that. I'm not saying that in an accusatory way. But am I disappointed about that? Sure. I mean, it is disappointing. It's disappointing when you look and you see that you ask and you ask and you ask, and you know people that you grew up with or people that you uh, knew really well or somebody that you picked up when they were down, you know, they don't turn around and give back. I mean, why not? What's stopping you? What is the fear? What is the how does it not make you feel good to do that? And I know everybody can't feel the same way. I mean, I have a problem. I'll be the first to admit that, and other people pointed out to me. And not everybody thinks the way I do, and I have a tendency to want them to think the way I do. I get it. I understand that. I do have that tendency. But in this case, I think, wouldn't that be a good thing? I mean, I'm not saying politically you have to agree with everything I believe in politically. I'm not saying religiously you have to believe in everything I believe in religiously. But the giving part of it, why is that hard? Why is it hard? So again, I'm gonna put it out there. My Venmo is Justin Dash Mirigliani, or at Justin Dash Mirigliani. And you could donate to one of three things today. You could donate to Joe's Photography, which will go 50% of his proceeds that he makes from what he sells. I'm sure all the money he gets tonight, if he gets any, will go. Well, he already got some for Dr. Jacqueline. Um, will go right to the hospital. I'm sure he's not going to keep any of that money. He's probably going to send 100% of it. Or you could send it to my friend who wants to send her kid to college, or a college over the summer, to do a wonderful science opportunity. And she needs to raise $5,000. Right now she is much, much, much less than that. She use it. And my other friend is working like crazy for women, for women's empowerment, trying to get women more money and empower women dramatically. And she's working like crazy. And just to get money is very, very difficult. Dr. Jackson says, I found I had to directly approach someone and ask them to donate. For example, someone, uh, will you please donate $25 to bring us and help awareness? Oh, Craig just made a donation. That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Craig. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Craig. I really appreciate that. And there are 2,000 people watching the show. It's streaming. And even if you're watching after the show, you could still donate, because I'm not taking down my Venmo. But put in the bottom in the slot what you want me to give it to. Do you want me to give it to one of three places? And it's not going to my charity. Again, I want to be very clear about that. This is not going to my charity. I will be raising money for my charity, but it's not tonight. Tonight's about other people. Tonight's about St. Jude Children's Hospital. It's about women's empowerment, and it's about a young kid from a woman that I went to college with, whose son is trying to raise money. She's trying to send him to camp. Now I know she works 5 jobs. She's a single mom, works 5 jobs. Now, somebody doesn't have $5 in her pocket to send to her. Come on. Come on. I'm working one job right now, my business, and I work my charity. But you know what? I'm actually studying to become a personal trainer to get another job. And I'm signing up to become a substitute teacher to raise even more money for several reasons. One is I want to help my kids. I want to get them through school. And that's the main thing. But number two, I want to have money to give away if I need to, if there are places that it could go. I mean, look at what Dr. Jacqueline just put up there. One for St. Jude Hospital. I mean, how great is that? 2, women's empowerment. That's wonderful. Women's empowerment is so important today. I have 2 daughters. I didn't think about it as much as I should have when I was younger, because I didn't have 2 daughters. But it's my fault. But you know what? At the same time, you think about things that are on your radar. I get that. And then 3, a college friend, we were very close in college. She wants to send her son to camp, and she needs about $5,000 to do it. She's got under 100 right now, and it's been on for 2 weeks. I mean, if you're one of the 2,000 people listening, can you donate $2 to any one of these 3 things? Just put it in the chat. That's all I'm asking you for. I'm not asking you for $100. I'm not asking you for $200. I'm not asking you for $50. If you could do that, that's wonderful, and that's great. That's great. If you can't, you can't. I can. I can't donate hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I just am not in the position to do it. But will I always have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? Yeah, I will, no matter what. Does it mean I might have to go out to dinner one night less? Yeah, possible. Does it mean that I'm not going to have a chance to go to a movie one night? Maybe. Yeah. All right. So what? I'll watch a movie on TV, or I'll do whatever. I'll go to the gym, or I'll which is probably better for me anyway. But and I know I only have 10 minutes left. I don't want to turn this into, I'm not trying to turn this into a telethon. And I see some money coming in, and it's great. I mean, it really is great. Craig and Dr. Jacqueline, and I'm trying to keep track of the folks that are pulling money in. That's really great of you, and I really appreciate that. But I learned from somebody that our strengths can be our greatest weaknesses too. I never thought of that before. Never thought of that before. That our strengths can be our greatest weaknesses. And here's an example. If one of your strengths is that you're a very giving person, you can go overboard and give too much. That's possible. And I probably have been a victim of that. And I say victim, but I do it to myself. So, I mean, how much of a victim can I be? I knowingly do it. But that's a strength of mine that also becomes a weakness. Dr. Jacqueline teaches a listening course. And if you haven't taken it, you should, because she'll make you an elevated listener. And it's very inexpensive to do. And it really teaches you how to listen. So one of my strengths, due to Dr. Jacqueline and also being a communications major and learning communications, that there are two parts of communication, the speaking part and the listening part, that sometimes I'm too good of a listener. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I listen so long that I don't get something done that I needed to do, or I don't call somebody back because it's too late now to call them back. It's 10 o'clock at night and it's too late. Somebody talked to me for 2 hours because they had a problem, and I sat there and listened to their problem and maybe spoke 10% of the time, and they spoke 90% of the time. Whereas you would think, the way I talk here, I talk 100% of the time. You would think I would be the talker, but I'm not. I'm usually the listener. And I'll interject once in a while just to let them know that I'm listening, and I do repeat back to them what they say to me, so they know that I'm not watching TV or not paying attention. But sometimes our strengths can be our greatest weaknesses too. And I didn't think of that. I learned that this week from a friend of mine. And but with that said, I think that more often than not, error on the side of being too much of a giver. And again, how do I get you to trust me? I don't know. I mean, other than the fact that I think that I'm honest. I think that Dr. Jacqueline would vouch for my character. The story I told you about the guy in Cleveland is totally true. It's on Facebook or YouTube rather. And I never wanted to tell that story actually, because I thought it would tarnish it if I told the story. But then my therapist one time said, tell the story because that's going to get other people to give if you do it. He said it doesn't tarnish the story. It's not self-congratulatory. It's you showing how to give. So you got three choices tonight if you want to give, and there are only three. My charity's not one of them. I want to be very clear about that. One is St. Jude's Hospital, and it's going to go to Joe and his photography. Um, Joe Del Campo, I'll use his name now that he's been out there. Joe Del Campo Photography. Use him if you need pictures. Women's empowerment. I'm going to an event. Ticket sales are done, but they still need to raise money. And it's a good friend of mine who's raising the money. If you want to give to her for women's empowerment, please do. She could really use the money for it to help a lot of women in a lot of different ways. Women who are homeless, women who need to find a job, women who are single mothers, any type of woman who's in a position where she's in need. That money will be so helpful. And then my college friend, whose son is I've never met him actually, but from what she said and from what I can see on Facebook and what I've learned about him, he seems like a really bright kid with a really bright future in science. And he wants to go to this event in Georgia, and it's $5,000 to go. And again, I don't know if there are any um, people donating behind the scenes. There might be. I don't know. But as far as the GoFundMe, I check it every day now. It's become an obsession, and that's another one of my weaknesses. Once I get something in my head, I'm a type A. I go for it. Dr. Jacqueline says, is there a link for the event or Facebook page to get to know the woman running the event? I, I'm hesitant to use her name because I didn't get her permission. So I would rather not for that reason. She's a private person and I would not want to do that to her. So unfortunately, if I was able to get in touch with her, I would have asked her. But I wasn't. So you have to take my word for her on this. Her son really can use that money. Dr. Jacqueline says understood. I appreciate that, Dr. Jacqueline. Yeah. And I'm not trying to snow anybody here. Look, we're all struggling. I know the economy's down. Am I scared about my event coming up in August? Yeah, I am. I'm not going to talk about it other than the end of the show when we run our commercial, but I'm not going to talk about raising money about that tonight. But when I get to the point where I do that, Dr. Jacqueline is going to be there. I can't wait to see her there. I can't wait to see her there. It's going to be a fun night. But my point is, you know, I, I will be asking you to support me at one point, and I hope you'll do it because it'll support other people in the long run. And I won't get into my charity tonight because it's not about me tonight. It's about 3 different charities. And I want those charities to make out tonight. Can you give $1? Can you give it $1? Just Venmo me at Justin Mirigliani. That's it. $2, $5. It's okay if it's a little bit. It's all right. But it adds up. 2,000 people watch this show almost every week. And then I have my thousands of friends on Facebook who watch the show. Now, I know not all of them watch it. I'm not delusional, but I hope some of them do. And I hope if they do, that they will feel the urge to donate. So all you got to do is just donate to at Justin Mirigliani in Venmo. And next week I'll tell you how much we raised for each one. And the 3, if Dr. Jacqueline, if you can put that up again, the 3, thank you. So one in St. Jude's Children's Hospital. What better thing that can you do than help kids with cancer? I mean, I can't think of anything that's more noble. Women's empowerment. It's such an important thing. Overlooked. I mean, people say, well, yeah, but women are empowered now, and women have the same rights as men. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't get paid the same that men get paid. It's not true. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's not. The facts bear it out that women are not treated equally as far as pay and in other ways too. And then you have a mother who's working 5 jobs trying to put her kid through school and then send him to this camp, $5,000 camp. That's a lot of money to ask anybody. I don't have $5,000 to put my kids through school. And, you know, I make a good living, and when I was married, we made a really good living, and we still didn't have $5,000 to put our kids through camp. I mean, we have 2 kids, so that would be $10,000. So I know what it's like to want. I know what it's like to feel like, I need, and I also know what it feels like to have people not give and just turn their back. And tonight, I saw some people do it, and some people gave, like Craig and like Dr. Jacqueline and some other people who gave. I can't see all the names; they're popping up too fast. But if you watch this on the replay, as we get to the end of the show, I know we're closing in on the 40-minute mark. If you watch this on the replay, you can still Venmo me the money, and just all you got to do is put which one of these places you want this money to go. Do you want it to go to St. Jude's Hospital? Do you want it to go to the women's empowerment event, or do you want it to go to my friend from college who's trying to send her son to camp? And if you're not willing to give, ask yourself why not. If it's because you don't have it, that's understandable, of course. Or it's because you're tight financially, you're on a fixed budget. I get it. But most of us have $2, $1.50, $3, $5. So if you're watching this on the replay as we get to the end of the show, please, if you can, make those donations. I promise you, and I will show you where that money went next week. All right, so we're almost at the end. We're going to play our little commercial here for my charity. I hope you'll give for that too. I hope I didn't just take everybody's money and then there'll be none left for me. But here comes a commercial for my charity for the hockey game coming up in August.
special evening. Crohn's and colitis are terrible diseases, and they affect a lot of people, not only in the Delaware Valley, but all over the world. And hopefully we can find a cure someday.
Nolan here with you at the Checkmates versus the Flyers alumni. We had a great time this afternoon. Game was close, and we're all here for Checkmates Charities, which is the real reason that everybody's here, not only the players, but all the fans that were here. It was a great day, and we're really happy to be here.
It was fun to be out here at the Northeast Skate Zone because the Checos were a pretty good team, and so we had a lot of fun with the charity.
And it was good because they took it easy on us old guys. So we had a good time. So anytime you can do something for charity, and I know a couple guys on the other team, and just be on the rink, we all go have fun.
Good times go. I'm either gone in an instant or here to the bitter end. I never know what I got.
I want to thank my family for all that they did to help me get through this, and there's a lot of planning that get done. It has to get done. I want to thank Nick's Roast Beef and Cotman Avenue for all they've done. Dr. Prieto for saving my life, finding the disease and treating me for so long, and the Flyers organization for all they do to help us raise money every year. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
I'll see you when I'm gonna see. Baby, I'm ready to go. Baby, I'm ready to go. Baby, I'm ready to go.
Baby, August 23rd, 2025, we'll be ready to go. We're going to be making some money, hopefully, for people with Crohn's, colitis, and ostomy. Our website is www.checkmatescharity.com, www.checkmatescharity.com. And we're going to have some NHL celebrities playing. Mark Recchi's going to be in the game. We're hoping for Rod Brindamore, Kevin Dineen, Brian Propp, Chris Terrian, Doug Crossman, some older Flyers from the past that you might remember. I don't want to call them older, alumni, and some other celebrities as well will be there. 2-hour open bar, full buffet after the game. You really can't go wrong. It's going to be a great night. Dancing. We'll have some entertainment. I have some friends that are going to come play. A band's going to be there. It's going to be great. And I just want to end on this. Dr. Jacqueline made a really good point. She said, when you give, it comes back to you in time. And sometimes you have to wait for that. Sometimes it takes a while, but it does. And the other celebrities, Bernie Peratt, Joe Conklin, Lauren Hart's going to sing. Rolf Benershka, kicker in the NFL with a bag for 7 or 8 years. Can't remember, but it doesn't matter. He kicked in the NFL with a bag. Kerry Frazier, I actually saw him Saturday. Not this Saturday, Saturday before. Played in a game with him. Brian Peratt was there, so we get to see each other. Wonderful people. Ed Bernstein, very good friend of mine. One of the greatest lawyers in the history of Nevada, came from Philadelphia. So get your tickets while they last. Buy these tickets because we need to fill that rink. 1,000 people in the rink, 750 people in the restaurant. I want that place full. I want 1,000 hugs and 750 hugs. All right, everybody. if you can, please continue to donate, and I will let you know where the money winds up next week. Thank you so much, and thank you for all those who donated. Have a great rest of the week.
USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents our partner and sponsor, Mr. Philip Sykes and the British School of Excellence. Building confidence, changing lives. And now, proudly presenting the Polished Professional.
On a transformative journey with the British School of Excellence's comprehensive suite of masterclasses, crafted to elevate your professional and personal life. 8 outstanding modules will elevate you to the next level. Module 1, Exploring Life's Purpose, delves into the depths of self-discovery, guiding you to chart your unique path to fulfillment and success. Module 2, Mastering Professional Presence and Confidence. This masterclass is a deep dive into the art of self-assurance and commanding presence, which is essential for standing out in today's competitive landscape. Module 3, Learn the secrets of visual impact, how to curate a personal style that amplifies your professional brand. Module 4, Mastering Professional Etiquette and Communication Excellence, navigating the nuances of corporate interaction with grace and tact. Module 5, Elegance in Eloquence. We impart powerful techniques to captivate and persuade any audience with your oratory skills. Module 6, Unlock the potential of your emotional intelligence, EQ, and harness the ability to connect, empathize, and lead with emotional savvy. Module 7, Mastering DISC, building a gateway to understanding behavioral styles, fostering better personal and professional relationships. Module 8, Mastery in Dining Etiquette, building your confidence to perfect the subtleties of dining with finesse, enhancing your social savviness at any table. Step into the Polished Professional program where poise, elegance, and excellence aren't just taught, they're instilled for life. Join us to redefine your potential and polish your professional edge.
To learn more, go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. The British School of Excellence are investors in people. Let us invest in you.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/usaglobaltv. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.